And like, ah, you're too noisy. And like, I said, you don't have to be around me.
Friendship may actually go beyond just relating on a
superficial
basis.
There's the adage that says, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
There are some of us who are not very good at regular visit, but because they are friends,
you have to.
In order to maintain that friendship.
The emotional state of the parents is usually directly proportional to the emotional state of the children.
I talk a lot.
Hello viewers,
like, ah,
you're welcome to our favorite family show right here on Equa Television, The Living Room. My name is Amaka Ocheke, and in the studio with me today is IB Namo.
Good evening, viewers.
Usual pair. So, I've been seeing decorations in shops recently, I think in the last 1-2 weeks. And advertising for carnivals coming up. So Christmas is in the air. People are beginning to prepare. And we decided today to talk about preparing for Christmas. Preparing for Christmas. Because times are tough, but Christmas is coming. So, Ivy, when we're talking about preparing for Christmas, what comes to mind?
Well, I think it depends on individual persons. For me, Christmas is supposed to be the birth of salvation, you know, the time that the Savior of the world was born. So for me, it's a time of reminder of the work of salvation. But then many families see Christmas as a time of holiday, a time of celebration, and of course the entertainment industry and shop owners see Christmas as a time of sales, season for real sales of clothing, shoes, and food, especially rice and chickens and goats and all of those. So Christmas can mean many things to many persons. Depends on what you actually think Christmas is as an individual and as a family.
Okay, so preparing for Christmas is different for different people. Okay, now as Christians now, how should we prepare for Christmas?
For me, I think Christmas should just be normal life. Yeah, you should remember that Jesus came. You should spend time in church to praise, to worship. For me, Christmas is just like any other day. I don't think there's anything special about Christmas as a day. With this, the story behind, you know, the day that was chosen for Christmas, it's not necessarily a day for eating and drinking. You know, I know that many shops closed down, offices closed down, just to give people rest, to be with their family. So if Christmas is a fun time that you have opportunity to have fun, maybe you have worked throughout the year and, you know, you have 1 week off, you want to bond with your family, it's okay. But then, as Christians, I think it's a time of fellowship. It's a time to remind yourself that of the work of salvation that Jesus came to do. It's not more about the eating, the drinking. You know, when I was a kid, my mom used to save money from January to December just to buy us Christmas clothes. We buy everything, Christmas clothes, then we go visiting friends and families, try to eat. You eat so much that you feel like, what is this? And then, so as we grew up, you know, we began to see it as, Kai, what's the use? I feel like I know what quantity of food I need for my stomach, and Christmas will make me eat more. I know what quantity of meat I can tolerate. Christmas will not make me eat more. I just eat normally, you know. I might add a little spice to it, you know, just to give it a feeling of Christmas. But there's nothing more than the fellowship, the reminder of the work of salvation that Jesus came to do. For me, that's Christmas, and that's how every Christian should look at it. I think to know that this Christmas, it is to remind me that this is what Jesus did. And, you know, as a family, to remind our children of the real reason why we are doing Christmas. You know, we tend to forget about the real reason in the euphoria of wanting to eat, to drink, to buy clothes, to all of those things. You know, when I started having my children, I used to say, oh, Christmas clothes. But eventually I felt like, no, if I want to buy clothes for these children, let me just buy clothes for them. It's not necessarily that it has to be Christmas. They can wear anything and go to church. They can wear anything they already have and go to anywhere they want to go to on Christmas Day. So I shouldn't use Christmas to be a time where I must purchase. You know, some family even fight because Christmas money was not given, Christmas rice was not bought, you know, and the people, the sellers, they see it as an opportunity to rip people off. People will be talking big English during Christmas and saying, if not because of the Christmas, I won't sell this thing like this, so I want to, you know. No. So I think as Christmas, prices go up. People spend too much celebrating what they should even celebrate, for me, solemnly.
Okay. For me, I think personally, I just find Christmas very stressful.
Yeah.
I find it very stressful. And honestly, if I had my way, I'll just be in my house. I won't go anywhere. Nobody should visit me. I'll stay in my house. But I guess part of the reason for all the noise and all that is that people are all on holiday at the same time. You know, you are giving leave from your office. The children are back from school. So maybe that's when people have time to visit and see their friends. The thing I like about it is that all my family members are home,
around,
or we travel to go and see family. That's what I like about it. But all this running around, cooking from morning till night, I just find it so stressful.
You know, it's funny when there was a time when I just got married. I had my daughter then, and then there was a Christmas day, and early in the morning, I cooked and I sent food to my neighbor, and we went to church actually. When we came back from church, and then decided to pack food and give to my neighbor, and then I discovered she was sleeping, and then I was like, what happened? You have been saying they cooked throughout the night. What are you cooking? That they were making chin and say, so because of chin now you didn't go to church on Christmas Day. The person that you are celebrating, you didn't even go to worship the person because you are cooking. So is the cooking for the celebration or for what? Are you cooking for the entire church so that, you know, maybe I should come to your church on Sunday and come and eat rice? So you spend the whole night where the chin was stressful. You know, that day I told myself, no, I won't do chin again. It's not by force. We make all kinds of, so it was when my children became teenagers, you know, they started going to secondary school. So sometimes we make chin just in bulk so that when they're going to school, they can go with some. But not necessarily because, and I told myself, I usually make chin sometimes 3 weeks, 2 weeks before the Christmas. Just make it and forget about it so that you don't use the whole of Christmas night in making chin. Is it going to be sweeter on Christmas Day? Because I don't get. And then people cook rice. You know, before my husband would say, go and give. I say, me, I don't give food to people on Christmas because everybody is cooking. So what are you giving? So I started doing something for some years. I even stopped after a while. On Christmas morning, on Christmas afternoon, I would just make fruits, salad, and I'll give to my neighbor. I gave to one of my neighbors once, and she was saying, this is new on Christmas morning. And she and her husband and children were scrambling because I made it in a big bowl. I had like 6 bowls, and I gave it to my neighbors' families and all that, because I know everybody house is going to have rice, Every house is going to have chin chin. Every house is going to have all of this chicken. And so can we get away from all of these things, and have something different, So I think that we need to remove the stress from ourselves. Because if it is a time where they give holiday to us for everybody to rest, why are we so stressed on Christmas Day? Why?
So what we're saying is, let's keep focused on the reason for the season,
Christmas,
and it's about Jesus.
Exactly.
So you can't be doing anything about Christmas that you not give Jesus time.
Exactly.
If you have not given Jesus time, then you have not.
Christmas is a waste.
You have wasted that Christmas. Okay. Now let's look at things systematically now concerning preparation. Spiritually now, how do we prepare for the Christmas season? Since one of the things you've also said is that we need to especially make sure we teach and remind our children the reason for Christmas. So what do we do? I know some people some people do like maybe they do the book of Matthew from December 1st. They start reading it, and then somehow the Christmas story will fall in around that 25th. So prepared, they do the book of Matthew for Christmas period, for the whole of December, and to encourage themselves about what Christmas is all about. So what else can we do on the spiritual angle? We'll go to how to buy things and what to do. But spiritual angle, what else can we do aside from reading scripture deliberately aimed towards Christmas to help the children have understanding?
On Christmas morning, you can have a morning prayers and praise.
Since everybody is supposedly on holiday, there should not be no pressure.
Yes, praise, praise and praise, just to remind yourself that, this thing that Jesus has done. You can tell Jesus' story in different form. You can ask your children, if you have little children and they've been in Sunday school, tell me the story of Jesus from your own angle. If you have 3 children, if they have to tell you the story of Jesus, 3 of them will have 3 different stories to tell about Jesus. So can we re-emphasize Jesus on Christmas Day? Talk about Jesus over and over, in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. And when people come to visit us, can we also share? I would have loved that on Christmas Day, we even have like a family get-together with other family. Not necessarily to eat, but to share Christmas, something to do with, to remind ourselves of this wonderful, what has Jesus done for you since you became a Christian? What effect has Jesus made in your life as a Christian? Maybe you can invite 2 or 3 families with their children to your house on Christmas Day. It might be after church. You might even use it as a church. Who says that you have to be in church on Christmas morning? You can use it as a church service in your house that morning. Invite 1 or 2 families you think that would want to come, and tell each other a Christmas story. Remind yourself about what you love about Christmas and why you think that Christmas is important for celebration. I think it will put Jesus in the center of Christmas.
So that will take deliberate planning.
Yes.
Ahead. It just doesn't happen that day. So you have to think about it, what you want to do for Christmas, but make sure that Jesus is the center of it. You don't get distracted with so many other things that will forget the focus. So as you said, you can get families together to talk about salvation, talk about what Jesus has done for us. You can come together and do praise and worship. You can even invite people to do a worship session to thank God for salvation, for the gift of Jesus. We can also use that Christmas period to do a Bible study with your family or yourself if you are alone on Christmas and the reason for the season, so that Jesus is at the center. So please, let's be deliberate about it, that we don't have Christmas celebration. Christmas Day, you will not remember Jesus. You won't talk about Jesus. You won't go to worship him. You won't call him. You won't have meanwhile you say you're celebrating his birthday. I think that's very ridiculous. Okay, now physical things. Since people want to cook, you've raised something earlier about those who want to make chin-chin. You can make chin-chin a week, 2-3 weeks
before
Christmas, so that the pressure
It's less.
reduces. So
Yeah.
the things you think you are cooking, start early. That also means shopping early.
Early, yeah.
So is it too early to start buying things for Christmas now?
I think that you should just buy things for the house. If you must buy things for Christmas, maybe what you're not used to eating regularly. Like
But-
some people don't keep flour in the house regularly, you know.
Okay,
But
because
so
of
you
the-
can buy the flour now and keep it, you know, maybe a week or 2 weeks to Christmas. You use it for what you think you want to make. Except you want to bake a cake and you think that the cake will not last for too long. But then, even then, you can bake the cake for 2-3 days before Christmas. It mustn't be on Christmas night when you have to be stressed. By Christmas morning, you wake up, you tell the children, just go to church. My body is aching. What picture are you painting for these children? You're not painting a very good picture for the children. So I think that you could plan ahead. If you are used to buying things in bulk, get your things ready. Keep them at home. When it is Christmas, you just bring things out and begin to do.
You know why I talked about that buying is especially for those who usually Christmas would be share food. So usually would cook more than you are going to spend more than you usually would spend in the month, because you are going to
share food.
Food, and then around that period, people tend to have a lot of visitors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of visiting, so you are going to serve a lot of food. You are going to serve a lot of food, usually beyond what you usually do. And then, aside from visitors and guests to come around, your children too are home for holidays. So your food budget will just go up.
I think you should just buy in bulk before Christmas.
But the challenge also sometimes is that people don't have the money to buy in bulk. So they are waiting for Christmas bonus, Christmas, all those things that the offices do during Christmas, and then you rush to the market.
The truth is, we can really plan ahead.
I think I agree with that.
We can. You know, I met a young man today. We were working together on results, and he was like, "Hi, I want to go and pick rice." I'm like, "Okay, rice for what?" Say somebody is bringing rice for him from Benue. So I was like, how? I was saying, "I'm interested, though. Is it that you are buying?" And he said that usually he buys rice for a whole year.
Wow.
That it's not that he has money somewhere, but he makes a deliberate plan to save, so that when he finds people coming from either Benue or Taraba or one other places where rice is cheap, he gives them money and they bring this rice for him and they just keep it away. So that if you have that kind of rice in your house, you don't need to buy rice for Christmas. No, even if you are cooking for the entire area, you don't need to start buying rice for Christmas. I know that some people used to share cows and meat. A few times that I've participated in that, we share the cows, you know, maybe 2-3 weeks before the Christmas. And we started saving from January. In fact, one of the ones that I know I participated in, we were saving, is it 2,000 or 3,000 from January, even though cow is very expensive now.
Yeah.
We were saving like 2,000. By the time we put it together, everybody had, is it either 24 or 36,000. So we had 2 big cows, were 10, and it was shared.
And I'm sure I didn't use all during Christmas.
There's no way we can use everything during Christmas. So by first week of December, we all had meat in our freezers and we keep. So on Christmas, a few days to Christmas, you just bring out your meat and fry, and you know you have enough meat in the house. That's if you must buy meat. But then for you to wait until I know some people who share their cow that afternoon before Christmas.
Wow.
And they will go and stay there. Oh, people will gather, they will be sharing. One family I went to, they went to pick cow. They went to share cow. She didn't come back till 8 p.m. So when are you going to start cooking?
That night,
You will not now sleep until the following morning. So I think we should just plan ahead. If you have money, you know, these women, we used to say women, they don't have money. Just if the woman wants to save, there's a way she finds how to save. How do they save for Ashwebi? The same women.
Okay, hold on to that thought. Just to tell viewers, our number is now on the screen. You can call in to contribute to this conversation. to tell us what you think is how we should prepare for Christmas, or to ask questions, or you can also go to our Facebook page and also post your comments and ask your questions. Go on.
How do you save for the ashebi you buy? How do you save for your meeting clothes? Most of those things, you don't just dip your hand in your pocket and buy. You can do that for your house too. You save. A lot of them belong to different women groups. And if there's something I know about some of these women group is that they save. They save, even if it is just 100 naira per day, 200 naira per day. You save and buy within your means. Christmas should not make you to buy what you do not need. Even if you are going to serve the community food. Listen, if what you can afford on Christmas is tuwo and soup, so please make your tuwo and your soup and eat it with Jesus' joy. Don't go and start buying rice that you cannot afford just because you want to please people on Christmas
So
Day.
the note here is that for Christmas, please don't borrow. Don't borrow. Don't live above your means. Don't borrow. Don't buy things on credit. Whatever it is we're doing, do it within your means. Okay.
You have wrappers. You already have clothes. It's not like you are walking naked. Why do you need a Christmas cloth? Is it printed for Christmas?
People are used to it.
It's not printed for Christmas. So especially women, I need to say that, please, women, when you begin to make your children feel that they must get a new cloth on Christmas Day, when they don't get it, then there is a problem, because you build an expectation in them that one day you may not be able to meet. Can you just buy clothes for your children whenever you have the means and just buy them clothes? If it falls on Christmas, fine. If it doesn't fall within Christmas period, fine. You just bought them clothes. On Christmas Day, iron one of the clothes and let us go. People have, I don't think they check. Do they check clothes when you are entering church on Christmas to know those who bought?
That's
Christmas
for those who are
clothes?
even going to church now, because some people are too
Exactly.
tired to go to church.
So what is all this about buying new clothes? And some of these shop owners that advertise unnecessary things on Christmas. You go and buy balloon. Some of these balloons, they will say, okay, you pick one balloon, then it may be the big one, then you pay money, then you pick, then the thing is not working. You buy some of these sunglasses for your children that they will use only for Christmas, and it will end. If there is any reason for you to take your children to go and have fun, see Father Christmas, I'm not against it, but please, don't make it look like if you have not gone there, then your children have not done Christmas. No. Do Father Christmas in your house. Now you might borrow the Father Christmas clothes and wear it. And be the children. Invite one of the uncles that your children don't know. Go and borrow Father. They borrow the clothes. Borrow Father Christmas clothes. Let him wear it. Let them give gifts to your children. And I think it's even in Nigeria that you have to pay to see Father Christmas. Outside this country, you don't pay to see Father Christmas. In fact,
they are going to give you gifts, are you not going to pay?
Father Christmas stay on the streets and share gifts to children.
How do they get the gifts?
I don't know. So I think
somebody is paying for it.
Somebody is paying for it. But in this country, we have made business out of Father Christmas.
Because nobody is paying for it now.
Okay.
Companies are not paying for free gift for the kids.
If there's no free gift, then let us buy our own gift and give and put under the tree, and then our Christmas open it our children open them on Boxing Day. That's if we have money to do that. But if we don't, please just walk within your means. Don't allow Christmas to make you indebted, so that after Christmas, people are looking for you to come and pay money.
Remember, January school fees
is coming in January.
School is coming in January. So
are you going to sell those clothes to pay school fees? The clothes you bought for Christmas, will you sell them to pay school fees? No. So why are you killing yourself for Christmas? Why? Wash those clothes, iron them. They will look very nice on your children. And I think if you have taught your children to know that Christmas is not about clothes, about food, your children, children are the most, they are very simple. Their life is not hard. It's what you teach them that they begin to follow. If you have already trained your children to know that We don't need new clothes on Christmas. In fact, anything you wear for them, no matter who is doing guy, they will use their own to do guy.
I try to raise my children. We don't do Christmas clothes in my house. So
And that's
I
good.
think, well, it was just one of my daughters when she was younger in primary school. She came home to say her friends said their parents had bought them Christmas clothes and I hadn't bought Christmas clothes. And I'm like, what Christmas clothes? Whose birthday is it? And she says it's Jesus' birthday. I said, okay, when Jesus was born, where was he born? Say in a manger. What was he wearing? Say swaddling clothes. I said, why do you want to dress better than the person
Jesus
doing
was.
birthday? How do you see it? Then she kept quiet.
That's-
And that was
that's
the end.
the end.
Nobody told me anything about Christmas clothes again. Because I think parents just allow themselves to be put under
Under so much
pressure.
pressure.
So I see people borrowing. I see people buying Christmas clothes on credit because you want to meet up.
And Christmas decorations.
So if you can afford it,
No
fine.
problem.
But if you can't, don't be under any pressure. Like for me, even Christmas decorations, I'm
not
growing up, I never was interested. It was my mom that used to do those things. I never was interested. And for many years, I moved my own family. I never bothered until one day my daughter says, Mommy, why wouldn't we do Christmas decoration that she likes? That one she likes, anything decoration she likes. So I said, okay, if that's what you want. So I went to the market, bought Christmas tree, bought if it. I said, okay, every Christmas, it's your job.
Be
Decorate.
decorating.
When Christmas finishes, bring it down, no, because I don't have energy for that something. But we shouldn't break a bank.
Exactly.
Shouldn't just break a bank.
Exactly.
And I think if we put in view what Christmas is about, I think we'll have a better perspective
Exactly.
of how we should celebrate Christmas and what we should be doing.
Just maybe at Christmas, you could even think of those who do not have food. to
Yeah.
eat. Some of this food we waste in our homes that ends up in the dustbin after Christmas because you cook and somebody has cooked and brought and another person has brought and another person has brought.
Much food
You have
everywhere.
so much food. Can we think of the IDPs? Can we think of the motherless? Can we think of even the street children who may not even have a plate of food to eat on Christmas? Is it possible for us to cook food? Instead of giving to our neighbors, we go to those streets and share food and eat. Like we were saying, we should celebrate, you know, and go there, gather them, sing choruses with them, dance with them, and share food for them. Let them also enjoy Christmas.
That's a very good idea.
Yes, if you have so much money and you want to buy clothes, can you go to this second-hand this thing and pick a bale of clothes or two bales that you can afford? Some of them goes for like 350, 300. You buy a bale, you open it on that Christmas day and tell these children to come and pick. And they pick their sizes and go home. Some of them, it's not Christmas clothes, it is clothes.
It's clothes. That's all they have.
That's all they have. Can we use Christmas to do some of these things and let people feel so that when you do things like that, you can preach Jesus in that place. You gather these children, the clothes are piled, the food are piled, you gather them, you sing with them, you tell them why Jesus came and what Jesus have come to do. Then when you finish, you open, everybody will eat, then everybody goes home with either a shirt or a trouser or a gown. And children go home rejoicing, telling people, oh, I got a Christmas clothes from somewhere. I think that will make Christmas more meaningful. Than you buy, your children already have clothes, then you go and tax yourself and buy what you have called Christmas clothes. Because I don't think any clothes is printed and written Christmas clothes. So how did we come about Christmas clothes? Where did we get it from?
I guess it's something that has evolved over time. In the process of celebration, you have to buy new clothes. It's all part of celebration. If you're celebrating something, there must be new clothes. So I guess that's part of why we do that. So I like that idea of celebrating with children or people who do not have. Even Jesus says, even in scripture, Jesus even says when you are doing party, invite those who can't invite you back.
Exactly.
So it would be good to invite children or do something for children, do something for the elderly, do something for IDPs, do something for people in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Yeah. So do something to make put a smile on somebody else's face.
Yeah.
Since that's what, so that you point people
To Christ.
to Christ instead of
Doing it yourself.
all
yourself
about ourselves.
alone.
Then another thing I think we also need to be deliberate about and think about as we plan for Christmas is how you are going to eat. As you said, you said something about how you eat that you already know the quantity of rice that should be enough for you. I think we should deliberately think about it. That look,
And
this
teach
Christmas,
our children.
yes, teach our children and ourselves too. That this Christmas I won't overeat.
Yeah.
I won't overeat. Let's remember that when Jesus talks about things that are wrong, gluttony is one of them. And many times people don't remember that gluttony is evil. It's a sin. Christians shouldn't be gluttons. We hap on drinking, but we forget about gluttony. So you shouldn't eat food more than what you need. Once everybody, as an adult, when you are satisfied. Maybe little children may not know, but you as an adult, you know when you are satisfied and when you have had enough. So you make up your mind. Let's make up our minds now that come Christmas, we'll just eat what is okay for us. Don't, I've not seen chicken in a long time. This year has been so hard.
Carry 5 chicken and sit down.
I'm telling you. And eat only you. There's some, you go for functions. Women, we are most guilty. You have a plastic bag in your handbag. You bring it out,
You
pack
start
this
packing
one, pack this
things.
one. And at the end of the day, some of them will even spoil. Because you wouldn't
Exactly.
even have time to eat all those things. Just greed. Excitement
yes.
of seeing free food. You just pack.
You
Please.
know, this thing you are saying, when we travel once, we were given a buffet. So we were asked to eat, and for the first time we were given Nigerian meals. So I saw my Nigerian friends. Oh God. They were eating. And the lady who cooked the food, she's a Nigerian. So she was saying, you can eat as much as you want. You can take back to your hotel rooms. Just take it. Yours. The food belongs to you. So I went and met one woman. I said, Madam, you have eaten. I've seen you eating. I mean, eating to a point that I know that you are full. Say, this one that you are packing now.
You know eat it.
What are you going to do with it? When this is the first time she's eating Nigerian food, or that she wants to go and eat in her hotel room. I say, Madam, it's already 5 o'clock. If you go back to your hotel room, you will not be able to eat it because I'm sure that you are full. She said, no, that's me. Do I know how she eats? Why am I talking to her like that? Do I know how she eats? I said, okay, Madam, no problem. The following day, see hotel dustbins. Wasted food. And for me, that is not right.
Yeah, I don't think, as Christians,
That
I don't
is
think
not right.
we should be wasteful.
It's not.
Yeah.
So please, even if you cook so much at Christmas and the food is remaining, please put them in the freezer. They can
Or
be
give to
eaten,
those who need
or
food.
give to those who need food. Can we deliberately tell ourselves that we're not going to waste food this Christmas?
Yeah.
Please, I beg you, do not waste food, because there are people who do not have food to eat. If you put them in your freezer and you feel that you are such a big man and you can't eat leftover food, after some days, go and look for places where there are hungry people.
And there are many hungry people.
Yes, empty your freezer and take it to them. And I think that they will keep blessing you. I think that is more blessed than just letting everything end. Do you know that sometimes you throw them in the dustbin and some persons go to the dustbin?
Yeah, some people go to scavenge those things. So why don't you just give it to them?
Why don't you just give it to them? And I mean, so this Christmas, I would like to encourage us, please, make up your mind not to cook what you will not finish. And if for any reason you have excess food in your house, keep them in the freezer and give them out later, or use them later. Please do not.
You can even give it out that day. In the evening, you can decide to drive into town.
Yes.
There are children,
people
in town
that day.
who have not eaten.
It's not a
Please
command,
give them.
but it's just to encourage you that don't waste food this Christmas, especially with the issue we have in Nigeria now. I don't think there's any reason why we should
Criminal
waste
to
food.
waste food.
To waste food.
Throw
please.
food. I've seen people after function. You see some people almost half a cooler of rice. So
It's in
you see them throw it away. I'm like,
God.
hey,
God.
why would you do? Why would you do something like that?
No, God.
Instead, give it out to people who need
Please
it. There are
give it
people
to people
who need it.
Yeah.
There are people who don't have food in their houses.
Yeah.
So please, please, make up. Let's begin to prepare now.
Yeah.
Making up our minds that we will not waste food. We will not cook more than we can
Eat.
Some people say they are cooking because in case guests come.
If
the food finish, when guests come, you tell them the food has finished now.
Nobody, and you know, some of these guests who are coming that you think you are cooking for, they have been to 3-4 houses and they have eaten.
Yeah.
They are not coming to your house hungry.
Yeah,
so
that's
don't
true.
think that what you are going to give them is. I think that's why sometimes we say, okay, let's make chin chin. I've been to different houses, and when they give me chin chin, I say I will not eat because they'll say, okay, we will package it for you. I say, okay, if you want to package it, not that I'm going to eat it. I'm going to either dash it to somebody or maybe my children will eat later. But can we be deliberate? Let's not just waste food. And these drinks that we buy, hi God, we buy, some of us will buy like 10 cartons, 10 crates of malt. We put it there. We now drink and I went
and
to
sometimes
a
we eat
village.
so much where people are vomiting.
Yes, I went to a village some years ago. I went, it was around Christmas period. So I decided to spend Christmas in that village. And then they were cooking throughout. They were cooking so much food everywhere. And then the person I stayed with, he was saying, auntie, eat very well. If your stomach is paining you, we have a doctor in this village. He's going to give you medicine. I say, wait, I should eat to the point that my stomach will pain me. And then I have to take drugs. You see all these children, when they eat now, why do you have to get to that point? Why do you have to eat to the point that you have to be stooling or vomiting? No,
That's
it's not right.
Gluten is wrong.
Yes.
Gluten is wrong. I know people, we hardly preach it, but we need to hear it this
Yes.
Christmas. Gluttony is wrong.
It's wrong.
Longer throat is wrong. Is wrong.
Yeah.
Self-control is a fruit of the spirit.
Yeah.
And we must also exercise self-control
This
in the
Christmas.
issue of food and drinks. Don't say because it's free, because it's so much, you just be eating as if there's no tomorrow. Please, let's show our Christian character, even in food. And I think keeping in view why this celebration is on is because of Jesus. Yes, it's almost time to go. I don't know whether you have any last words for.
Yeah. Please plan for your Christmas. Don't waste food. Don't buy the things that you don't need. And don't put yourself under pressure for Christmas.
And to continue, buy and plan within your means. Don't borrow. Don't buy on credit. Just do what you can do, remembering that January is coming, and January is a very long month. January is a very long month because many times January salaries come very late and December salaries come early. So you see the time is so long, and you're going to pay school fees, you're going to feed your children, you're still going to run your life. Life still continues after Christmas. So plan well. Plan well. Don't be frivolous in the way you spend. Don't be careless in the way you spend. Control yourself, and don't try to please anybody. And as we said at the beginning, keep in focus that Christmas is about Jesus. It's about Jesus. So if you do a Christmas without mentioning him, without talking to him, without celebrating him, then you have wasted that Christmas. I don't think you have done Christmas celebration. Christmas celebration is not about cooking. It's not about eating. It's not about doing all night. Some of us, if they say come for all night prayer, we will not agree. But we'll do cook all night for Christmas. We'll eat all night for Christmas. We'll party all night for Christmas. But we'll not do all night for Jesus. So please, Jesus is the center. Keep him in view. And let's plan accordingly in a way that will honor him, bring glory to his name, and others too will hear and know about him and come to the saving knowledge of him. Thank you, viewers, for sticking with us throughout today's program. And we look forward to seeing you again next week, same time, same place, Equa TV International. God bless you, and let's prepare well as Christmas is coming.
Yeah. Thank you.